Hi, my name is Eric Sean Campbell, and welcome to this free course where you're going to create a live WordPress website and sales page that can accept credit card payments in less than 1 hour. And what you're looking at right now is the finished sales page that you're actually going to create by the time you go through this course. And what's so incredible about this is if someone were to click to buy your product, they can click I want this and enter their credit card information or PayPal information to actually purchase your product from you. And then this company, Gumroad, that we're going to use to create your product will pay out all that money to you, which means that you can go from having this idea of what you want to sell to an actual physical thing in the world that people can buy in less than an hour. And this is what stops most people is they get so excited about the potential of an idea, but they don't actually create anything in the world. And a lot of this resistance comes from the past where these technical tools used to be so hard to use. I remember 5-10 years ago, doing what I'm doing right here would take days. And you have to figure out all these complicated programs. But now the tools are so easy that you can learn how to do it in less than an hour. And even if you don't already have a product to sell, just knowing the skill of how to create a WordPress website that's live on the internet and then how to sell something on it is going to make you feel really empowered. So when you do have that idea that you're ready to put out into the world, you know you can do it in less than an hour and you can actually turn your dream into something real and not something that just lives in your head. And as an added bonus, because these tools are so awesome, by the time you go through this course, not only are you going to create this sales page that's live, but you're also going to make sure that your sales page is optimized for mobile devices. So this page, if you were to visit it right now on your phone, would look great. And that's important because about half of the website traffic that you can expect to get is going to come from mobile devices. So we want to make sure we're capturing all 100% of those potential sales. And that's why you're going to learn how to create this professionally designed sales page that is optimized for mobile that can accept credit card payments. And as a bonus, there's a video that also is included in this course where you can learn how to create professionally designed PDFs in minutes using this free online design tool that I think is just incredible. And that's the tool that I use to create this PDF front cover image right here in a matter of minutes. So this course is titled How to Create a WordPress Website and Sales Page in Less Than 1 Hour. And it's broken up into 4 different videos. And each of these videos are action focused. So it's not just you passively sitting back and watching me do this, but I'm actually going to be inviting you to follow along and take the exact same steps that I'm taking. And these steps are really easy once we break it down into bite-sized pieces. And in the first video, you're going to be creating a hosting account, which you can think of as your spot in the cloud where your website's going to live, and then learn how to install WordPress onto that place in the sky, your hosting account. And after the first video, you're actually going to have a live website that exists online. So when someone types in a domain name that you choose, they're going to be taken to your WordPress website. Now, there won't be anything there by the end of the first video, but it's pretty incredible to think that anyone in the world will be able to visit this thing that you create by the time you complete this 15-minute video. In the second video, you're going to learn step-by-step how to install my all-time favorite WordPress page building plugin, which is a tool that we can use to easily design professional-looking pages onto your WordPress site. And we're actually going to get our hands into this page builder and create a professional looking homepage that you can use as the homepage for your new WordPress site. In the third video, you're going to learn how to create a product to sell using a free online tool that's really easy and intuitive to learn how to use. And it means without having to pay anything for the service, you can actually create a product that you can accept credit card payments or PayPal payments for. And when someone buys that product, entering their credit card details, your product, digital version of your product, will instantly be given to them automatically. So you don't have to fulfill these orders manually, but as soon as you create this website, you could actually sell stuff while you're sleeping. And it could be passive income for you. And finally, in the fourth video, we're going to put together everything you learned and actually create a professional sales page where we go from blank page to a professional sales page that's optimized for mobile devices. That is the one that you saw in the beginning of this video that looks just like this. So I'm going to walk you through in the video exactly how I went from blank page to what you see right here. And to make things even easier, I've created a lot of PDFs as a free supplement to this course that have picture walkthroughs of every single step that you need to take these actions. So for example, this PDF you see on the right here walks you through exactly how to install WordPress, and it uses images to walk you through each of the steps. So in case you prefer to learn through this method instead of video, I wanted to include this for you, and both are great options to teach you how to do this stuff. And trust me, if you have a little bit of like, oh, this was so hard when I tried to do this in the past, I just want to use a simple builder such as Wix or Squarespace or Weebly, then I highly encourage you to go through this course and just see how much easier the tools have gotten to use. I really do not recommend using all-in-one site builders such as Weebly, Wix, or Squarespace, because although they look nice, they completely limit what you want to do. And I find it very frustrating. And if you want to create an online business, odds are if you start with one of those website builders, you're going to switch over to WordPress anyways. So might as well just start with the best option from the beginning, and just know that it's gotten so much easier to use over the past couple of years. And especially this year in particular with the page building plugin, you're going to learn how to use inside of this course. And all of these PDFs are attached to the videos inside this course, so you get them immediately after you join. And finally, I've included that bonus video, like I mentioned earlier, that walks you through how to create professional PDFs in minutes using that free online design tool that I think is just so powerful. So my name is Eric John Campbell. I'm excited to have you here, and I can't wait for you to actually take action and build a live sales page with a product to sell in less than 1 hour. In this video, I'm going to show you step by step exactly how to create a WordPress website that's live on the internet in less than 15 minutes. So this is insane how far the technology has progressed. And if you're an online business owner, it's absolutely essential that you have your own website. But I know there are so many platforms out there that it can easily be overwhelming, such as Wix, Squarespace, Weebly, WordPress, and you're a little bit lost about where to actually go to create my website. Now, I've tried or looked at all the options out there that I could find, and by far, as an online business owner, I recommend you create a WordPress website. And the reason is, although those other website builders, such as Weebly or Squarespace, are easy to use, and the websites look great with very little work, you have such little control over what you actually put on the website that in the long run, you'll find it frustrating, limiting, and you're going to end up switching to WordPress anyways. So if a website is an important piece of your business, create it on WordPress. And luckily, there are plugins out there that make it so easy to create a page that's exactly what you want it to be on WordPress. So that's why right now I'm going to walk you through how to create a WordPress website. And to do this, we're first going to need to purchase web hosting. And you can think of web hosting as securing your place in the cloud. It's a folder where your website's going to live 24/7. And if someone types in the domain name for your website, that's going to redirect them to your website, which is hosted on the cloud. But in order to secure that spot in the cloud, we have to pay a monthly fee for it. Now, luckily, it's not very expensive, and this is something where the price has gone down dramatically in recent years, which we can all benefit from. So to get started, you're going to want to go to eric.camp/hosting. And this is going to redirect you to my favorite web host by far, which is WPX Hosting. And the reason why I ended up choosing them is because it's reasonably priced at $25 a month. It's extremely fast, so your website will load quicker than on a lot of other hosts. And most importantly, they have 24/7 live chat. Literally, with the click of this button, you are instantly talking to a human. And I know you're not going to be talking to a human most of the time on your hosting website, but if you ever run into any technical problems, it is so frustrating to try and have to figure out how to solve it on your own, that knowing that you can get help from a real human in 30 seconds will just put your mind at peace and ease. So when you're ready, you're going to click on the Start Now button in the top right-hand corner. And here you can choose between yearly or monthly. And you can choose how you want to pay for your hosting. The advantage with paying yearly is you save $50 throughout the year. And it also is a way of committing yourself to your business. Because I know if you only pay month to month, it's easier for you to get discouraged and quit your subscription. Whereas if you pay for a year up front, you've locked yourself in. But ultimately, it's up to you and what you can afford. So in this case, I'm going to select yearly, and then the plan we're looking at is business. So they have other plans here, but this is plenty for what you want. It's super fast and it can create up to 5 websites. So for the majority of people watching this video, I can't imagine that you would need a professional or elite plan from the beginning. So if you're ready to continue with your business account, click on the orange Get Started button. And with this dropdown, you want to click on the location that's closest to where you live in the world. Now, don't worry, this is not too important, but since I'm living in the US, I'm going to click host in the US. But if I were to choose host in the UK, my site speed would hardly be affected. So now we get to make a decision between whether or not we want to purchase hosting or if we also need to purchase a domain. So a domain is what people will type in to access your website. You can think of it as an address that people will use to access your website, which lives in the cloud. So you need a way of telling the person's web browser how to access your website. Right here on WPX Hosting, the domain is wpxhosting.com. So if you already own a domain on another website, say GoDaddy or Namecheap, you're going to want to have this box selected, type in your domain name here, and then click continue. And if you don't already own a domain, then you're going to want to click on this box here, and you're going to have the opportunity to buy one. And what you can do is type in the domain name you want to try and see if it's available for. So let's just say Slice of Life. Select the extension you want to use. And in most cases, if possible, choose .com. But you can also choose any other thing that makes sense for your business. And then click continue. And it'll check to see if it's available or taken. In this case, sliceoflife.com is taken. So I'm just going to try something else. Business in the Alps. And the .com is checked. So let's see what happens. This one is available. So I could buy the domain name businessinthealps.com at the price of $11 per year, which is very reasonable for a domain name. Now, one thing I want to note here is a lot of people get tripped up on choosing the perfect domain name for their business. And it's great to choose a domain name that is in alignment with what your business offers, but don't get tripped up here. Don't get stuck. Because the thing is, you can always change your domain name in the future. And the most important thing when you're just getting started is to keep your momentum rolling. Any action you take now is going to pay huge dividends down the road. So just because you can't get your perfect domain name or the one you really want isn't available, shouldn't be enough of a reason to stop you from taking action and keeping your momentum going forward. So in this case, I'm going to click on Order Now. And what we have here are some options for that domain. We can just leave them as they are. This is just saying we want to pay for a year for the domain and we don't want to pay for multiple years up front. And it will renew automatically after 1 year has passed for $11. The name servers we can leave alone, and this we'll just leave it as it is and click on continue. Now it's going to give us one more chance to decide whether or not we want to pay yearly or monthly. And in this case, I'm going to select yearly, but for your unique situation, you want to choose the best option for you. And then I'll click on continue. And what we have here is the checkout page. And as you can see, I'm paying for a year of hosting up front, which is $250. And then I'm also purchasing that domain name for 1 year. But as soon as I purchase it, I now own the rights to it, and it will give me the chance to renew it 1 year from now. And that costs $11. So here's my total. And I can choose to pay with PayPal or select a credit card. And what you're going to want to do is fill in your billing information. And an important thing to note here is you're also going to create a password for your WPX account. And you're going to be using that password alongside with the email address that you enter here to log into your hosting account after you purchase it. And that's why it's incredibly important that you save this information in a secure place. So after you fill all this out and click on checkout, you'll be redirected to a window where you can pay with credit card or PayPal, depending on which one you chose. And then you'll have your brand new hosting account. And that's incredible. You now have one of the world's best hosts at your disposal, and you can build a website on it. It's exciting stuff. So once you've created your WPX account, you're going to want to go back to their website and then click on Login. And from here, you're going to want to enter the email address and password that you just entered. and click login. And now to create your first live website on the internet, click on WordPress hosting on the left-hand side, and then manage all sites in this account. And from here, we're going to click on websites/SSL. And you're going to see 0 websites, but I have 4 websites on my account currently. And to add a new website, you're just going to click on add a new website in the bottom right-hand corner. Now keep in mind, if you get stuck at any point during this process, to access someone through a live chat, you just click this button and click chat now. And there's no fee for this. There's no limits to how often you can get support. It's 24/7 and unlimited, so you're never going to get stuck, which I just think is amazing. So click on add new website and then enter the domain name you're using for your website. So in this case, I'm going to use projectselfexpression.com, which is the domain name that I own. And then you're going to want to click on install WordPress and install SSL certificate. Now, if you're using a domain name that you own on another website, such as GoDaddy or Namecheap, then you're going to want some help transferring that domain over to WPX hosting. And to get that help, just go into live chat and they'll provide easy instructions. It's very simple. I've done it many times and you'll figure it out pretty quickly, especially with the help of a live human. So once you've entered your domain here and check these 2 boxes, click on next. And now you want to choose the email that's going to be the admin email for your new website. Select a username to log into your website and a password. Or you could generate a password here. And just like the other information you created to log into your WPX hosting account, you're going to want to save this username and password in a secure place, because this is how you're going to log into the back end of your brand new website. So once you've entered these details, click on the Create Website button, and within a couple of minutes, your website will be live. Now, I've already made this website, so I'm just going to close the window, but you would, of course, want to create the website. And then once you've created the website, if you type in the domain name, you'll be taken to a default WordPress page, which is awesome, and your website is now live on the internet for anyone around the world to access. And if you want to log into the back end of your website, just type in the domain name for it. In this case, mine is projectselfexpression.com. Then put a \wp-admin and click enter. And you'll be redirected to this page where you can enter the username and password that you created just a few seconds ago. And by doing this, and I usually check Remember Me, you'll log in to the back end of your WordPress website, which looks like this. So congratulations, you have just now created a live website that lives on the internet that anyone can access, and we can start adjusting it to make it look exactly how you want it. It's so incredible that you can do this in less than 15 minutes. This process used to take me days trying to figure out many years ago, and now with these tools, it's $25 a month, and you just get it up in a matter of minutes. It's exciting stuff, and it means it's never been easier than it is now for you to sell things on the internet and to make money online. This is definitely one of the best times to be an online entrepreneur, and I'm so excited for you. In this video, I'm going to walk you through step-by-step exactly how to purchase and install the WordPress page builder Thrive Architect onto your new WordPress site. There are a few different WordPress page builders out there, and what I want to first explain to you is why you need a page builder in the first place. So if we actually visit this new website, you're going to see something that looks like this. And it's very hard to actually edit what we see on the page using the default settings inside of WordPress. We don't have many options about how to customize the look of our page. But when you use a page building plugin such as Thrive Architect, you can drag and drop and have complete control over every single thing that lives inside one of your pages. It makes designing websites so much fun. You don't need to know any code in order to use these drag and drop page builders. And I've seen and used many of them in the past, and there's one that in my opinion is by far the best, and that is Thrive Architect. And not only is their plugin the best page builder on the market if you have a WordPress site, but just the company itself is my favorite company out there. I have a ton of respect for their business owner, Shane Millar, and just his style of entrepreneurship, his way of thinking is all focused on delivering value to you. And it really shows in this plugin Thrive Architect. And they keep adding significant updates to the plugin every single month. So not only is this plugin amazing, but it continues to get better every single month. So what we're going to do is we need to purchase this plugin. And to do that, open up a new tab and type in eric.camp/thrive. And this is a link on my website that's going to redirect you to the landing page for Thrive Architect. Now, if you're curious what a page builder actually does, you can read all the text on this landing page and watch this video right here. And if you're ready to go ahead and use it to build your website, then you're going to want to scroll down until you see the sales format or the sales portion of this landing page. And right here, you have 3 different options. So the first is you can become a member to Thrive, and you pay $19 a month upfront annually to get access to all of their plugins, including Thrive Architect and their website themes. And so when you pay annually, that ends up being $228 for the year. Now, on the other hand, you can buy a single license or 5 licenses just to use the Thrive Architect plugin. Now, I highly encourage you become a member to Thrive for many different reasons. The first of which is not only do I love this company, but I love the plugins that they've created. So in addition to Thrive Architect, they have a lot of other plugins that are going to be super valuable for you as your business grows and you create your website in deeper, more profound ways. You start collecting email addresses, you start configuring how those email pop-ups appear. All of that can be done using their other plugins. And in addition to that, you also lock in the price of $19 a month, which is pretty important because they're working on something that's going to change the game. They're working on a Thrive themes builder where you can use a page builder similar to Thrive Architect to edit every single part of a WordPress website, which includes the menus, the footers, and blog posts. And I know that may not mean anything to you now, but it is something that anyone that's been designing WordPress websites has been eagerly awaiting for a long time. And they've been developing this for months. They have beta testers. And it's just something that's going to change the game and make creating beautiful websites even easier than it already is now. And they plan on raising their membership price once they launch that amazing thing. So it's just cool to lock in your rate of $19 a month now, because the way their company works is if you lock in your rate now, even if they raise prices in the future, you'll be consistent at that $19 a month rate. But if you're the type of person that likes to own something outright, or you know you're just going to use Thrive Architect and not any of their other plugins or themes in the future, then you can buy a license. So in this case, I'm doing Thrive membership and I'm clicking on the Buy Now button. And this will take us to the checkout page where you can enter your email and password, which you're going to want to save in a safe place because that's how you're going to log into your Thrive Themes account. Fill out the rest of your billing info and then check out with PayPal. And you can either pay with a PayPal account or using one of your credit or debit cards. And after you've created your Thrive Themes account or purchased Thrive Architect, you're going to want to log in to their website in order to download the plugin that you're going to install on your website. So you want to enter the username and email that you just created and click on Login. And once you're logged in, you're going to want to click on this Download and Install the Thrive Product Manager plugin. So it doesn't matter how many plugins or themes you've bought from their site, you're just going to want to download this single plugin and upload it to your website. And once this plugin is uploaded, you can then install any of the Thrive products that you own. So let me show you what this looks like. Now that we've downloaded this plugin, it's living in my downloads folder as a zip file. And I'm going to go back to my website, hover over plugins, and click on Add New. And up here, I'm going to click on Upload Plugin. And then choose File, go to my Downloads folder, and then double click that zip file that I just downloaded and click Install Now. It'll install in seconds, and then you're going to want to click on Activate Plugin. And once the plugin is activated, you will see this new option appear on your left-hand dashboard. And you're going to want to click on Product Manager. Now what you're going to want to do here is make sure that it logs you into your Thrive account. Now because I logged in on this website page, it's logged me in automatically over here, but it might ask you to enter your username and password again. But once you see this option, you can click on any of the products that you own on the checkbox underneath that says Install Product. Now because I'm a Thrive member, I have access to all of their plugins and all of their themes, which you will also see if you're a Thrive member. But if you just purchase Thrive Architect, then you're only going to see this box appear. So check the things that you want to install. In this case, I'm just installing Thrive Architect, and click on Install Selected Products. And once that product has been installed, click on the Go to the Thrive Themes dashboard. And now if you see this box under your installed products, it means Thrive Themes has been installed successfully, which is awesome. So now what we're going to do is we're going to change our homepage to one of the templates from Thrive Architect, just to give you a general idea about how this plugin actually works. So what we're going to do is go to our website just to remember what it looks like now. So when I type in my website domain, projectselfexpression.com, we see this page. But what we can do now is hover over pages and click on Add New. And we're going to want to title this page. So I'm just going to title this home page. Click on Publish in the top right hand corner and then Publish again. And now that the page is published and titled, we're going to click on the Launch Thrive Architect green button. And as you can see, this is the same page that anyone sees when they go to my home page right now. But we don't want that. We want to change this. So go to the top right hand corner and click on this cloud icon that says Change Template when you hover over it. And with Thrive Architect, they have a ton of templates that they've built, and they keep adding new ones. And in this case, I'm just going to select Not PS Smart. And these are template sets, which means if you click on one, you get a bunch of different pages that all are a part of that same template. So you have a homepage template, a lead generation template, a sales page template, etc. And what we're going to do in this case is select the homepage template and choose template. And what you can see now is the page looks completely different than it did just a minute ago. And that's because now our page is this template. And if we scroll down, we see everything that this template includes, and it looks super nice. And if we want to change anything, we can just double click and start typing away or moving things around with the different options here. And there are a lot of different options, and I know it's overwhelming at first, but don't worry because this gets much easier as you get used to it over time. And Thrive Themes also has a ton of free Thrive Architect tutorials if you want to go through that route instead. Now in this case, the first thing we're going to do is change the color palette of this page. And to do that, we can click on this brush icon on the top right hand side, click on this drop down menu, and choose a color palette that we like. And we can keep exploring until we find our favorite ones. And these are color palettes designed by professional designers. So you want to find a palette that you like, and then everything on your page will change to match that color palette, which makes it so easy to design a beautiful website. Now, if you have brand colors that you want to use instead, you can also click on this and enter those manually. But just to keep things simple, we're going to use one of these standard colored sets. And now I'm going to click on Save Work in the bottom left-hand corner, and I'm going to save and exit. And now this page looks like this with the color that we chose and any other edits that we made. And you can see that this page is called homepage. So when we type in our domain, add a backslash, and put in homepage, this is what people will be taken to. But what we want to do is actually make this our homepage. So when someone visits just our domain name, they'll see this page instead of seeing this page. And in order to do that, we're going to go to the back end of our website, hover over Settings, and click on Reading. Then for your homepage displays, check the static page radio button, and under homepage, click on this drop-down menu and select the homepage that we created. And then click on Save Changes. And now if anyone in the world visits your website domain name, they're going to be taken to that page instead. So I know this page is not anything related to my business or your business, but I hope you're getting excited about the potential here. Because look at how quickly we went from having a standard WordPress website to installing Thrive Architect, downloading a template, changing the color palette of that page, and then creating a new homepage. And every single thing here can be edited and designed exactly how you want it. And yes, there's a little bit of a learning curve to learn how to use Thrive Architect, but the more you play and experiment with it, the more you'll see that it's intuitive and you can get the hang of it really quickly. So I just think this is so exciting. Compared to how I created websites years ago, it's just mind-blowing how easy it is now. In this video, I'm going to show you how to create a product that you can later on sell on your WordPress website. Now in the past, this used to be such a pain in the ass learning how to set up and accept payments and credit card information on your website. But nowadays, the tools make it so easy. And I'm going to show you the easiest tool out there that's free that you can use. So you're going to go to eric.camp/Gumroad. And this will take you to an online software called Gumroad. And here you're going to want to start selling in the top right-hand corner. And you can create an account or just log in with one of your social media accounts. Once you've logged in, you're going to want to click on Products in the toolbar right in the top, and then click on New Product. And in this case, you're going to want to select whether you're offering a physical or digital product. In most cases, you're probably going to be offering a digital product, and you can choose membership, pre-order, or classic. And for this example, I'm going to be selling a PDF called 7 Copywriting Secrets for Beginners, and I'm going to be selling this for $6.99. So I'll enter that in here and click on Customize. And then you want to fill in the information about your product. And as you can see, this is a live preview window of what this is actually going to look like on our website. So describing the product, I'm going to say this PDF includes valuable golden nuggets of wisdom from the world's most successful copywriters, such as Gary Halbert and Joseph Sugarman. So of course you can put whatever you want there. And then we're going to want to add a cover image, which will go along with our product. And if you don't already have a cover image, you can go to unsplash.com, and they have royalty-free images that you can download and use anywhere you want without having to pay for a license for that image. So in this case, I'm just going to search up writing and find a nice writing photo that I want to use with this product. And for this example, I'm just going to download this image. And then I'm going to choose that file. I can see it in my downloads folder. And then I can add in a summary for this product. You'll get a 21-page PDF, or we could say includes 21-page PDF detailing the 7 copywriting insights for beginners. And as you can see on the right-hand side, our product's starting to take shape. So the next thing we want is to actually upload the product itself or the content. So to do that, you're going to click on this Upload Your Files button, and you can choose from Dropbox, from existing, which means you've already uploaded it to Gumroad, or it lives on your computer. And I'm going to upload this PDF. And this is what someone's going to get immediately after they pay for your product. So in this case, after they pay $6.99, they're going to get a download link to this PDF. Now you can be really creative about what you include here. So for example, if you were selling a coaching service or a coaching session, you could still create the products on Gumroad, and in the downloadable area, just create a PDF that walks them through how to book a session with you. So really there are no limits. It's completely up to you, but it's important to know that this is what they receive after they pay you. And the pricing, we already set that earlier, but you can change it. And once it looks exactly how you want it, click on Save Changes, and then click on Publish. So after you've hit Publish, you want to make sure that Overlay is selected. Scroll down, and you're going to copy this code because this is the code that we're going to use to add this buy button to your own website. And the easiest way to copy it is just click this button. It'll copy it to your clipboard, and then you'll want to get a notepad app out and just paste that code in. And we're going to save that code for later because that code is going to need to be pasted into our sales page wherever we want to have the Buy Now button. So there's one last thing that we have to do to be finished where we can accept payouts, and that is to go to our account settings and make sure that we add in our bank account info so Gumroad can actually pay us the money once people buy a product through the Gumroad service. So you're going to click on this drop-down menu next to your account in the top right-hand corner and click on Settings. And then up here, you're going to click on Payout, and you want to add your business account information. And Gumroad needs this in order to send you the money once they receive it. So this is very important because you want to get paid. So after you've entered your bank account details and your personal information, you can now receive payments from Gumroad, and you have successfully created a product that you can post live on your website. And that's incredible. It is so easy now to create a website live and for sale using a free software service. I find it amazing. And the sky is the limit here. So you can sell anything you want online. So that's it for this video. I hope you're excited about how quickly we created a product that you can sell and have live on your website. In this video, I'm going to walk you through step by step on how to build the final sales page. So this is where everything we've learned actually comes together, and you're going to create a live sales page that lives on the internet. And we're going to take it a step further and not only build a sales page where people can buy your product that you created on Gumroad, but we're going to optimize this sales page for mobile. And the reason why this is so important is about 50% of the traffic to your website is most likely going to be from someone's cell phone device. And we want to make sure that your sales page looks great on both a desktop or mobile, depending on which one they're using to access your site. Otherwise, we could be missing out on 50% of your potential sales. Now, luckily for us, Thrive Architect makes it incredibly easy to design our sales pages both on desktop and mobile, and you're going to see how we do that right now. To get started, you're going to want to go to the back end of your WordPress website, which, if you remember, you can get there by typing in your domain name /wp-admin and click enter. You may have to enter your username and password, or it might log you in automatically, as it did for me here. And what we want to do is actually create a new page, which is going to be our sales page. To do that, you hover over pages and click on Add New. And here, we're going to title this new page. So for the sake of this video, I'm going to title it Sales Page, but you can title it whatever you'd like. And then click on Publish in the top right-hand corner and Publish again. And now we have a new page that's on our website. And to get started, we're going to click on the green Launch Thrive Architect button. Now, before we open the Thrive Architect editor, I just want to point out that because this is just a single video and not an entire course, I'm not going to be walking you through how to use every single element and option inside of Thrive Architect. But I do want to point out that the company Thrive Themes has created a ton of high quality, easy to follow, free tutorials on how to use every single feature within Thrive Architect. And to access those tutorials, all you have to do is type in eric.camp/Thrive tutorials. And this will redirect you to the page where you can access all of these videos. They're all free. And depending on your style of learning, you might want to go through them all, find the ones that are most interesting, or play with the builder yourself, and if you get stuck, find the specific video talking about the element that you're not sure how to use. So know that that's a resource that's always available to you. But for now, we're going to click on the Launch Thrive Architect green button, and this will open up the editor for our page. So we just created this page titled Sales Page, and this is what it looks like now if someone were to visit it. But just like we did with the home page, we're going to want to load a new template to replace everything we see here. And to do that, we click on the cloud icon in the top right-hand corner, which is Change Template. and then we're going to choose the template that we want to use. Now, one feature that Thrive Architect recently released that makes it incredibly easy to build sales pages super quickly is something called page blocks. And page blocks are pre-made sets where you can just add a piece to your landing page just like a piece of a puzzle. And if that doesn't quite make sense, don't worry, I'll show you in a second what it looks like. But in order to use these page blocks, we need to make sure we choose a theme that's compatible with them. And that means we have to choose one of the themes with these 3 green squares, which means it's page blocks ready. Now they're working on converting all their themes to be page blocks ready, but for the time of filming this video, these 4 are the only ones that are ready. So we want to choose one of those 4. And I'm going to choose the same template that we worked with before in the home page, which is not PS Smart. And as we can see with these 3 icons, it is page blocks ready. So the first thing I'm going to do is click on Expand Set. And then this time, instead of choosing a pre-made page, I'm just going to go with the blank page. So I'm going to click on that and then click on Choose Template. And the way Thrive Themes works is if you ever want to add an element to your page, you would click on this plus icon in the top right-hand corner. You can find whatever you want, or you can search for something if you're not sure where it is, such as adding an image or text. And when you find an element that you want to add to your website, you click and hold and drag it wherever you want to place it. And then this is your text, and then you have all these editing options here. But what the page blocks does for us is if we want to add pre-made mini templates, we can use those as page blocks. So for example, we have all of these different things that we can add into our website with just a click. And it's organized in these different categories. So we can go to lead generation, call to action, you name it. Hero area, which is usually the thing at the top. So in this case, what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at this hero element and see which one makes the most sense for the sales page. And a lot of times it's trial and error. So I'll just click on this one and see if I can make it look how I want it to look. And if not, we could try a different one. And one thing I'm going to do right off the bat is edit the color palette to the one we chose in the home page. So that way this matches our home page and it just looks the way I like it. So you do that by clicking on the paintbrush icon, clicking on this drop-down menu, and choosing the professionally designed color palette that works best for you. So now that we've done this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to try replacing this image with the front page of our PDF that we created using Canva. So to do that, I'm going to click on Replace Image. And I've already uploaded the image here, but if you didn't do that, you can click on Upload Files and select a file here and double-click the image you want to upload. And then once it's uploaded, you're going to click on it and click on Insert into Post. And I'm going to get rid of these other images here because we don't need this one. We don't need this one. We just want that 7 copywriting secrets for beginners. Now, one thing I don't like here is I don't like how it's right against the edge. So one of the things you can do in Thrive Architect is select the background section that it lives in, such as the landing page block, and go to Layout and Position. And then on the padding, we can add in some pixels. And we can keep playing with this until we find the amount that we like. So already I think this looks much better than it did before. And I'm just going to rename this 7 Copywriting Secrets for Beginners. Each secret is explained in detail with actionable advice on how to put it into immediate use. So of course you can spend as much time or as little time as you want writing this copy. The choice is yours, but I'm just going to leave it like that for now. One thing we can do here is I'm going to click on the content box, and I don't like how much space is right here. So right here is the padding, and we can either click and drag to adjust it or enter a different number. Now again, I want to emphasize that I know this feels overwhelming, or it can easily feel like, what is he doing? He's just clicking all these random buttons. But that's why I think the best way to get comfortable with Thrive Architect is to just mess around with things. Click on different things, click on different buttons, try these different sliders. Just, you have nothing to lose, and you'll get an idea of how this thing actually works. And if at any point you feel like you're getting stuck and you don't know how a certain element or option works, you can always refer back to those Thrive Architect tutorials and find the video that talks about it. And it's organized into that editor sidebar, which is right here, all these things, or the foundational elements and other types of elements, which is what we find by clicking on this plus icon over here. So there's a video on how to do everything or anything you want to do with this builder. And I just encourage you to be okay with making mistakes. You don't have to be an amazing designer right from the beginning, but just play with it, make a website that looks really bad, doesn't matter. You can always delete it and create a new one, and just get a feel for how this tool works. And the more you understand how it works, the more excited you're going to be with the potential it holds. So now we've created this thing right here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to add our button under here so someone can buy our product through Gumroad. And to do this, I'm going to click on the plus add element button, and we're going to be looking for HTML. And I'm going to click, hold, and drag this HTML element above the button. And then I'm going to refer to our notes where we save the code that we created earlier from Gumroad's website. So I'm going to copy that code, paste it in. You could always get this by going to Gumroad's website if you don't have it anymore, and click on Save. And now when we click on Save Work and then preview the page, let's see if our button shows up. There it is. And if someone were to click on this, they're going to receive this box where they can find out information about the product, and if they want to buy it right here. Now, one thing is, I know this image is a little big, but if you were to upload a smaller image on Gumroad's website, then it would not be as big on your own website. Well, that's pretty incredible when you think about it, how easy it is to sell something on a sales page. One last tweak I'm going to make here is I'm going to delete this button that they already included because we don't need that. And I'm also going to delete this because there's nothing to scroll down. Now, of course, we could add more information below if we wanted to, but for the sake of keeping this video pretty short, this is the sales page that we've created. And this is live, so someone can actually enter their credit card for this right now or pay with PayPal, and that money will be deposited into my Gumroad account, and then pretty shortly after will be deposited to my bank account. This is very exciting how easily we can do this now. So the last thing I want to do here is I want to optimize it for mobile. So the way that Thrive Architect works is you can preview any page on a tablet device or a mobile device by clicking these buttons in the bottom toolbar. And if you click this middle one, it'll show you what it looks like on tablet. And then if you click this one, it'll show you what it looks like on mobile. Now, in general, I don't spend a lot of time optimizing pages for tablet because the traffic that comes from tablets is not very high. But if you want to create a great experience for all the people that visit your website, no matter what device they're using, you could easily spend time making it look really nice on a tablet. And the way that this works to optimize it on mobile is you can scroll down and see that this is what it will look like on a mobile device. And you can click on any of these things here and start adjusting the different layouts and positions and other options. And what's so cool is when you're in the mobile view and you change anything, such as this padding, for example, and let's just say we change it to 100, this doesn't affect it on the desktop view. So even though we just added all this space on a mobile device, if we go back to desktop, it'll look the same way that it did before. Nothing's changed. And so that means you can make it look really nice on mobile without having to redesign it on desktop every time you change something on mobile, which makes a lot of sense. So one thing that we might want to do is edit the size of this text. So if we highlight this text, we can change the font size. And maybe we want it to be a little bit bigger on mobile devices, and especially with this text down below. So let's say we want to make that bigger as well. And you can play around with all this, see how it feels. And then as soon as you get something that you really like, click on Save Work, and then click on Preview. And now we'll see what it looks like on a desktop device. But if we were to edit the size of this to a mobile device, we'll see that we start to see what it would look like on mobile. Now, unfortunately, my window can't go smaller than this. So the only way to see what it would look like on a mobile device is to actually open this page on your cell phone, which you could do because this page is live on the internet. And you would just type in this domain name. So right now it's projectselfexpression /sales-page. And if I type that into my mobile device, this page will show up. So that's it for this video. This is hopefully giving you an idea of how easy it is to create professional looking sales pages using Thrive Architect on your brand new WordPress website. And as I mentioned before, don't worry if a lot of that went over your head, because the only way you're truly going to learn how to use this tool is by experimenting with it yourself. But the potential is there, and once you learn how to use it, you can create beautiful websites for desktop and mobile that sells any product you can imagine in a matter of minutes. It's exciting stuff, and you also have all of those free Thrive Architect tutorials to walk you through any part of the software if you need some extra assistance. In this video, I'm going to show you how to create a professionally designed PDF without having to be a professional designer or hire a designer yourself. And the reason why you want to do this is, as an online business owner, you might want to sell a nice looking PDF for a small price, or you might want to give it away in exchange for someone entering their email address. And it's important to fill this PDF up with great helpful content for your target market, but it also needs to be presented in a beautiful way in order for you to seem credible and your business to be credible. So what we're going to be doing is, I've written up this text for a pretty short PDF called 7 Copywriting Secrets for Beginners, and we're going to use a free online design tool called Canva to turn that into a professional PDF. So to do this, you're going to go to canva.com and you're going to click sign up in the top right hand corner. And in this case, I'm just going to click log in because I already have an account, but you can log in with either of your social media accounts. So I'm going to go with Facebook. And once you've created your account or logged in, you'll see this window here. And on the top left-hand corner, click on Create a Design and scroll down until you see A4 document. And A4 document is just a piece of paper. So this is the standard size of a piece of paper, which is also the standard size for any PDF. And what's so awesome about Canva is you can use any of their pre-made, professionally designed templates with a single click. So what you want to do is find a template that looks nice, that you want to be the cover of your PDF. So I'm just going to quickly scroll down through here until I find one that looks good. And in this example, I'm just going to use this one right here. And immediately this loads and we can edit all of this. So I'm going to edit some of this text so that it says 7 copywriting secrets for beginners. Now, of course, this is too big, so I just highlighted it all, and we can adjust the font size here. We can also adjust the font itself, sizing, color, position, all this other stuff. And then I'm going to get rid of some of this other stuff. So in this case, I'm just going to say eric.camp presents, because that's the name of the website. Delete this box just by clicking on it and then pressing the delete key, deleting this address. And I'm going to make this a little bit smaller and add some spacing to it. There we go. So that looks pretty nice, and I'll just drag it in the middle. And now immediately we've designed a professional looking cover for this PDF. So Eric.Camp presents 7 copywriting secrets for beginners, and now we want to actually create the content that will go inside of this PDF. And to do that, we want to click on Add a New Page. And this is page 2. So what we can do is we can either click on this again if we want to use this, or we could just delete all this stuff and add in text manually. And we can add in the text by going to text on the left side and add a heading. So in this case, I'm going to go to the document I've created. And right here, this is introduction text. So I'm going to call the heading Introduction to this PDF. And I'll place that at the top. Then I'll click on this to add body text. And I'm just going to copy and paste all of this text right here and make it bigger. and then I'll move it where it feels right. Highlight it and align it to the left, and just work on some of the spacing until it looks good. And sometimes the spacing is going to get a little messed up when you copy and paste it in, but that's okay. And as you can see, already this is pretty well designed. So this is what I was working with. This is the default when I exported it from my writing program. And if you were to sell this to someone for say $7 or even give it for free in exchange for an email, they would probably be thinking, okay, I don't know if I trust this business. This does not look very well designed. But what we've just created in less than 5 minutes is awesome. This looks like a professional designer got their hands on this. And what we can do now is once we've created it, we can click on this download button in the top right-hand corner. It's going to default to PDF. All pages will be selected, which is what we want. And then we can click on download. And it's so cool that we can create something so professional so quickly. These tools get easier and easier to use, and it's just amazing what you can do as an online entrepreneur these days. So if I open this up, we can see that this is the PDF that we just created. So what I encourage you to do at this point is to pause this video, or once this video is finished, go create a free account on canva.com and create a PDF. Doesn't have to be amazing, but just use one of the templates that's already pre-built and see how quickly you can create something that looks like a professional designer created it. And the reason why this is so important for you to do yourself is it's one thing to watch this video and get excited about the potential, but once you actually play with this tool yourself, you're going to immediately see the potential that it has for you and all of the things that you want to build for your business. So pause this video and go play with Canva right now.